Well, hey, everybody. We're going to start the show here in about, 10 minutes. Just hanging out. So grab a drink. National Hamburger Day. Grab a hamburger. We'll start taking your calls in about 10 minutes. Let me know you're here in the chat. Who do I see? Corwin of Amber. Hey there. Hi there. Oh, there. Oh my gosh, it's Jay who flies the big jets now. I love seeing all those pictures, man. I don't know how you fly those things. I'm cool with flying in them though now. I love them. I only fly in 737s. I only fly in Southwest because it's cheap. But yes, I want to fly with you someday, Jay. You know me. I only drink the finest. Coke Zero. Rhonda Lee up in Nova Scotia. Lisa's down in Alabama. Roll Tide. There's Scotty G on the roof of El Azteca. You just sent me a nice picture. Wee. Oh, Deanna's working out. She is not at El Azteca having margaritas. She's putting in work. Keep it up, Deanna. Left, right. Lift. Afternoon to you as well, Michael. Leone. I'll need calls tonight because Scott is having margaritas on the roof of a Mexican restaurant. That bum. Just kidding. I love the guy. Heather is here. Sister and I are planning a trip in June and listen all the time. Well, I appreciate that. And June's a good time to go because guess what? June is in 2 days. Nope, it's in 3 days. I don't know. It's soon. Oh, and now I got SIRI talking to me on my watch. Yeah. Oh, okay. If you've been following me on Twitter, those Doritos, hot mustard Doritos. Do not get those. They are addicting. Every time I'm sitting on my couch, I'm thinking about the Doritos. Every time I go into the kitchen, I have to get 2 or 3 Doritos. You cannot, the Lay's says you cannot eat just one. These Doritos are so addicting because they got a little kick. They're not hot. They've got a little punch to them and they got a little sweet to them. They're so good. Don't get them. Oh, I'm thinking about them right now. My mouth's watering. What's up, Derek? Hope you have a good weekend. Francis, I'm saying that right, or Francois up in Maine. Hope you're having a great weekend. Jay's headed to Honolulu. Pam and I are going to go to Hawaii. We've got to figure out the time. Edinburgh and Madrid the week after that, then Honolulu. Man, you are going all kinds of. I'd love to go along. It'd be awesome. I'd have to get a passport. I'm going to do that one of these days so I can go cool places like that. There you go. Roll Tide. I think Bama's playing Northwestern right now in softball. I got it on ESPN, but I think they're at ESPN 2 or U. I should change the channel. All right, we'll get a call from Corbin here in a little bit. Richard's leaving Chewy's. I've never been to a Chewy's, I don't believe, unless we went to one out in Indianapolis one. If you're out there, though, you need to go to the Portillo's. Portillo's is the bomb. Now, it's not a sit-down place. It's like a counter service place. It's so good. Tangy ketchup Doritos. Yeah, okay, so they don't have these hot mustard Doritos at the grocery store. I had to get them at the Paige actually found them. It's a place called QT. It's like our gas stations. And I mean, it's kind of like a 7-Eleven. It's, it's got the gas pumps, but then you go inside and it's got all the places it's got your snacks, your hot dogs, your sub sandwiches and stuff like that. But that's where they are. They're good. I should get a kickback on these things. They're so good. Oh man. I cannot, if I brought him down here, I'd crush that bag during the show and it'd be so loud. Hey, what's up, Terry? You guys doing well down there? Transplants down to Florida. Jealous. Just like Jay and everybody. I handle Alani. I do book Alani. I don't book anything else than Alani. I am flying solo. Boop, boop. Just got again on the roof at a Mexican restaurant in East Lansing, having margaritas. Did I get a question? I think I might have gotten that email. I have to look. I will search. Let me search it right now. Is it under your name, Francis? Francois? Am I saying that right? Let me look. Oh, hang on. What just happened? What happens when you do stuff on the fly? And no messages match your search. Let me do this. I can't search by that because of the Francis House School District. I get so many mails from them. We spell ours different. I didn't get emails. If you have it, still send it to me. I'll see it. Choose jalapeno cream sauce. That sounds good to me. I need that recipe. Man, tortillas from the sun is so good. Oh, cream puffs. You guys are killing me down here. Francois. Frank. That's easier. There you go. I'll go with Frank. Francois. You saw play a lot of hockey because a lot of guys were Francois. That's on the fly. Stays on the fly. There you go. That's okay. I forgot it was Friday too. Or no. See, I thought it's Sunday. I don't know what day of the week it is. Roger. We shall start in 4 minutes. Sounds good to me. I played hockey with a lot of guys that were from Canada that somehow ended up in St. Louis. I have no idea how they ended up here. Oh my God. Jalapeno stuff with cream cheese wrapped in bacon. That sounds perfect. Oh my God, that sounds so good. Yeah, you're like, forget hamburgers and hot dogs. Let's just go all in. You guys are the best. Yeah, don't do that, Jay. Ricky's not here. Save that for when Ricky's here. 35 days. It's going to say it here in just a second. I'm checked in and locked in and ready to go. And Disney got me for 4 Disney Bands Plus. I didn't even need them. Brett Hull is my favorite St. Louis Blue. I have his sweater from the days when we had Gretzky and Hull. Those. Now, people didn't like those jerseys, but I love those sweaters. I loved them. They had the kind of the diagonal red on them. That's the sweater that I have of Hull's. And I bust it out occasionally. Maybe I'll wear it next week for you. It's up hanging in my closet. Uh-oh. Arkansas. Woo Pig. SEC. We'll have the Battle Line rivalry. Black Friday. It's down in Fayetteville this year. I know. Look at this. I paid extra for that. It's when you're a patron, this is where your money goes. Background music. Look at that. Canadians taking over. There's Ronald Lee's up in Nova Scotia. Oh, man. Leftovers are the best, Maggie, especially ethnic food like that, like Chinese food. Italian food leftover, I think, is sometimes better than the first day. Kill it. Good stuff. Okay. That's all we had when I was a kid, Jay. SpaghettiOs and hot dogs. That's my grandma made that. I mean, we didn't have any money, so that was like the jam. I want to say when I was a kid, they even sold SpaghettiOs with meat. Well, obviously, they had SpaghettiOs and meatballs, but I think they had SpaghettiOs with hot dog pieces, like in the can. Like you could buy it that way and just heat it up. Maybe not. Maybe my grandma just made it like that. But man, we had that all the time. It's officially summer because I've taken the doors off the Jeep. There's not supposed to be rain for the next week, which means a spot thunderstorm will probably happen. Now, the friend was asking about Brett Hull. I got Hull and Oates stuck in my head. Hull and Oates. Because back in the day, that was the line. Brett Hull and Adam Oates. TV. All right, so I'm going to need some ideas to talk about tonight. So flying solo, it's not easy. Yes, Jay just texted me. I tied childhood memory right there. The SpaghettiOs with the hot dogs in them. You don't even have to make it yourself. They come with it. That stuff's old because I had that when I was a kid. No kidding. If I could figure out how to put that on the screen, I would, but it's on the whole different system because it's on the PC. That's all went to my Mac. Stuff doesn't talk to each other. All right, we're gonna rock this show because I'm doing something with Mallory right after. We're gonna ride in the Jeep to a big pile of rocks and we're gonna go see the sunset. Oh, there's my dad. Beans and Franks, beanies and weenies. See, I feel like I'm old, but my dad's 20 years older than me, so he's older than dirt. But he's still going. I'll give him credit. He probably does more than I do. Ooh, hang on, what happened? Star Cruiser is sold out. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law just arrived at Disneyland within the last hour or two. All right, let's do this. Probably figure out how to turn this music off. There we go. That music's fun. Okay. I should probably put the logo up and we'll get cracking. Boop. Guess what? You listen to BRGS podcast. All right. Scott, enjoy your LS Tech. I'm flying solo. Here we go. Ooh, hang on. I got to put out the tweet. I knew I was forgetting to do something. Hang on 1 second. That was super exciting. Sorry, guys. So many hashtags. Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Run Disney, Star Cruiser, Star Wars. All right. We're good. Let's do it. That background loop gets stuck in my head. I'm writing it with my magic fingers, which I've been working out to get ready for the packages releasing on Wednesday. That's going to be wild. All right, here we go. Got that there. Okay. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the BOGP Open Line for Sunday night, May 28th, 2023. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from the Be Our Guest podcast. You can find all of our information, all of our shows, all of our tweets, everything at beourguestpodcast.com. And you can always find the shows anywhere you find podcasts. I find all my great podcasts over at, I use Pocket Casts. I couldn't remember for a second because I never look at it. I just hit the button without thinking every morning as I get ready to get on the treadmill, and bam, I listen to my favorite shows and I'm entertained. I don't know where you listen. You can listen on Apple Podcasts. You can listen on Stitcher. You can listen on Google Podcasts. You can listen on Overcast. There's so many podcast apps out there right now. I wonder where you listen. That'd be very interesting. But I listen on Pocket Casts to my favorite shows, and you can listen really anywhere. You can stream the show on beourguestpodcast.com. We pay a lot of extra money right there, so you can grab the show right there. So we are going to have an open line at 407-413-9395, 407-413-9395. We're going to take audio calls on the phone. We're also going to take some video calls. We're going to have the link here in the chat in just a second. But I see a VIP calling on the hotline right now. Old school caller. So let's get him in here. The man who is up at, he spends his life at 35,000 feet. The one, the only, Jay Griffith. Jay, what's going on?
Long time no talk, chat, podcast.
Man, it has been too long. What's going on, Jay, man? I have missed talking to you.
We've definitely been keeping busy down here.
Yes, you have. I enjoy seeing the family. Your family is beautiful, wonderful, and love what you got going on.
I've come with a tough decision.
Well, I got to hang up on you now.
September, I've got a week of vacation, and we're tossing either Disneyland or Royal Caribbean.
Well, I saw your mom was having a good time on Royal Caribbean for 60s night the other day. You're because I don't go on Facebook very much anymore, but my wife brought the phone over to me because my wife's always on Facebook. And that's how I always see your pictures. She's always like, check it out, check out the girls. And yeah, your mom was in her like best tie-dyed outfit. I think it was a Royal Cruise. Was that where they were on a Royal Cruise? I'm guessing it was 60s, 90s.
She just got off Wonder of the Seas this morning.
Okay. I was like, that night was made for Joanne. Like she's living her best life, and that is she should just host the dang night right now. I'm just saying, like that is perfect. But oh man,
she could be the mascot.
She could be the MC. I mean, she should throw the thing. God, I don't know if you've been keeping up, but I am so in love with Disneyland right now. But I love cruising because cruising is just so chill. You don't have to chase anything. Everything comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you think the girls would like better?
Well, Ashlyn calls Disney World Disneyland, so we figure we should probably go to Disneyland so she can tell the difference.
Oh yeah, because I mean, you know, you guys, that's kind of an important thing where you guys live. You can't have, you know, right. Got to know that stuff.
We went on the Wish back in September, and that was, I won't say it was a bad experience, but we definitely won't be returning to the Wish. But we want to come back to Royal Caribbean at some point. So we're tossing about whether Disneyland or Royal. It's about the same price.
Yeah. I mean, I love Disneyland, and like I said in the chat in the pre-show, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are taking my nephew, and they just landed out there within the last couple of hours. And you know, the last night they were packing, and we're getting them all ready, and they don't know much about, you know, Disney, especially Disneyland. And so we're telling them, you know, okay, do this stuff in this order, you know, start off in Cars Land at DCA and all that stuff. And yeah, the thing about Disneyland, and especially for you guys, because you guys obviously, I mean, Magic Kingdom's in your backyard, literally where you guys live. People don't know that they're listening. So you guys are, you know, right there where it's so accessible to you. But Disneyland, I think, would be similar to what it is for a lot of us that are listening right now, is that it would still be super comfortable for you guys, even the girls. But I think you guys would still have a lot of new discovery, even if it's because you've obviously probably been there, right? A bunch of times. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Oh, 2 times. I guess 2 real trips.
What about Melissa? Has she been there a lot?
Yeah, 2. She did the Dumbo Double Dare once.
Lucky.
And we were there. We drove down from San Francisco down there a couple of years ago with Haley.
But see, it would still be fun because, right? I mean, the girls would like. it's so, like for them to get to ride like the Storybook Canal boats, or the Casey's
Mhm.
Junior Circus Train. Like it would be so different than all the stuff they've gotten to do at the Magic Kingdom and, around Walt Disney World. But yeah, I mean, a Royal Cruise though, I'm a fan of Royal. I like it too. It's definitely not Disney Cruise Line, and that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just a different experience. So I don't, and you guys have, because right there you're in Florida, man. You got the ships in your backyard. You wouldn't have
Yeah.
to, but I mean, it's not
That's-
big. You're a
that's what
pilot,
makes it
so I
even
mean, you don't
tougher
have. I guess you
decision.
guys could fly for free too. I mean, so you don't have to worry about that.
True.
I mean, it's like you got it all going on. You live in Florida, so the ships come to you, and you're a pilot, so you can just fly out to California. I don't know. You're gonna have a good vacation either way. And September's a great time.
Well, if we do Disneyland, here's the other decision: Disneyland Hotel or Grand Californian.
See, I haven't stayed anywhere except the Disneyland Hotel, but I've stayed at the Disneyland Hotel for 10 nights this year. I love that place.
Nice.
I love it for the history.
Yeah.
Like it just feels.
That's exactly what we were saying.
Yeah, it feels like so 50s,
Disneyland
right?
Hotel has the history. Grand Californian has the
fancy,
prestige, and it's
yeah,
just really nice.
Yeah, it's got the luxury, right? I mean, even me. Check this out, Jay. I'm staying at the Grand Floridian in July, post cruise for 3 nights.
You're going to be out of your element.
Totally, but I'm doing it for it's what you do for your girls, right? I mean, I got a good deal on an AP, and so and plus it's where the Gardeners are staying. I thought that's where the Foresters were going to be, so we could spend some time with them. We never see them. Yeah, I'm totally out of my league there. But Scott, though, he says his favorite hotel of any Disney hotel is a Grand Californian. So there you go.
True.
So, but I would.
All right,
I like
Disneyland. I'll let you get some other callers in here.
No worries, buddy. Hi. Hey, don't be a stranger, and keep tweeting those pictures of the planes, man. I think that is the coolest thing ever.
Oh yeah, we're doing. I think I do Honolulu next week, Edinburgh, and Madrid the week after that. Then back to Honolulu after that, and I don't know what.
That is awesome.
But
well, you stay safe up there.
Getting the longer flights in, finally.
All right, you stay safe, and I hope to catch up with you, man. We'll be down this fall sometime because we're doing something to give kids a world. We're putting it together.
We'll be here.
All right, take care, buddy.
Yep.
All right, bye-bye. All right, that's Jay Griffith down in Florida. And literally, when I say he lives in the backyard of the Magic Kingdom, he does. It's no kidding. His neighborhood right behind the Magic Kingdom. It is pretty cool. All right, we've got some comments here. Grand Californian has the huge benefit of location. That is true. And Jay knows this. And for everybody that might not know this, if you stay at the Grand Californian, you do border right there into DCA, so you can walk right into DCA. So that is a huge benefit of the Grand Californian. All right, we have our next call. Hey, who's joining us?
Hello.
Hello. Who is joining us? Happy Sunday.
This is Emily from New Jersey. How are you, Mike?
I am doing great. How's your Memorial Day weekend?
Super.
Good
I
to
am
hear.
just here with actually my family. We just finished a barbecue, and we're actually the same crew of 10 that's going to Disney in June. And we have a question for you.
Well, first of all, what was the barbecue? What'd you guys have?
Oh, regular chicken, hot dogs, hamburgers, lots of good sides, and it's a beautiful day in New Jersey, so we're just sitting outside and enjoying it.
Killing me. I had Taco Bell because Paige is in town. She came in, my oldest daughter, for a couple days because she's heading out to Columbia to see some friends out there. So she's passing through. And Pam and Paige went to see Little Mermaid, so they left Mallory and I here, and so I had to fend for myself.
Oh, it was great. I saw it yesterday. It was so good.
Yeah. So I mean, I was doing the show, so I'm like, oh, I can't make that. So I wasn't going to barbecue for one. So yeah, maybe tomorrow. Yep. No, we got tomorrow, but tomorrow's super busy. I got 2 podcasts. So
really the day.
Whatever. Yeah. We'll make it happen. But anyway, what's the question for the crew? You guys getting ready to go down?
Yeah. So we are going at one point in time. We're going to be a party of 10, and my sister and I are obviously huge Disney fans, and we are on the app all the time trying to see what dinners we can get. And right now we were able to get a party of 10 to Olivia's as per your recommendation.
Good call.
And we were just looking for something else that you think is probably an easier reservation to get. I mean, we've tried to do the 5 and 5 and 4 and 6 and stuff like that, but is there any restaurant that you guys would recommend for such a large party?
So let me think. So you're always going to want to look at resorts first. I mean, that's going to be your key. So that's why Olivia's is a go to. I'm trying to think. Boat rides might be one. Now, here's the weird thing about boat rides. They have good food and it's over at Riverside, but
yep.
And when you walk past this place, it always looks like at least half empty. I think it's a staffing issue for this restaurant. Like, I always want to get in there.
Yeah,
Like,
we've
I'll
stayed
walk
there before.
past.
It looked good.
Right.
Yeah.
And it is good. I've eaten there twice. It's super good.
Yeah.
But I've walked past there and like, sorry, it's like an hour wait. I'm like, there's like 20 tables empty right now.
It's
Come
gotta
on.
be staffing.
It's
Yeah,
it's totally gotta be staffing. Let's see. People are saying in the chat, Sebastian's. That's over at Caribbean Beach. That is a good
Okay,
restaurant.
that's
I've
good
eaten
because
there.
it's staying at Pop, so that'll be easy to get to.
Yes, that'd be a really good one. Trying to think what else. You know what? I've always had
Like I
good
was
luck.
able to get 5 at Ohana, and then I keep checking to try to get another 5.
I
So
can't
like
believe you got-
hoping because I was glad to get to snag the 5, but I just keep looking for another 5.
I say I can't believe you even got a 5 at Ohana. That's probably one of the top 5 toughest ADRs.
Yeah, and I don't want to cancel it because I'm like, this is great that I was able to grab it. So.
No, don't cancel that because you might look into another one. You never know.
Well, and now what is it? It's like 2 hours
2
before
hours.
that you could cancel. So
Yeah,
I could
totally.
potentially
Yeah, that's what I'm
keep
saying,
it until...
dude. Hang on to the last minute. There's no reason not to. Yeah, exactly. I was trying to think. So Trattoria El Forno, if you like Italian food at the boardwalk, that's one that I kind of have good luck with too. I don't know if you like that. They have a good lasagna. I'm a lasagna guy.
Yeah, of course.
Yep. Well, we got Eric coming in with Steakhouse 73. That's the knockoff to Steakhouse 71 over at the Contemporary. I don't know. Just kidding. Yeah. So I love this place.
I do want to try Steakhouse 71.
That is an easier ADR. That is one that, I mean, relatively. And see, this is where if Trails End was still a thing, that was always a good one for a group like yours. That was a go-to. But that's gone.
Yeah, you know, we did last year, we did Whispering Canyon, and the kids, I mean, I think the food is great for what it is, but the kids just love the whole ketchup situation. So that was definitely on their list to do again. So I was able to grab that for lunch one day.
That's a good one. What about well, now, I don't like Geyser Point because that's not really, it's like there's not really good food there. It's kind of just like apps. Okay, Eric says Steakhouse 73 is just too better than Steakhouse 71. So that's a good point. Trying to think what else that wouldn't be like break the bank. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Animal Kingdom Lodge, Wilderness Lodge. I'm trying to think of something hidden in a park.
Sebastian's is a good one. I do want to try that too, and it'll be easy to get to because that's the other thing that we're trying to be conscious of is how to get from place to place with so many people. You know.
That is true. It's like a military operation when you get like over the double digits. I remember those days.
Yeah.
Because one time we had a meet for the podcast. It was like one of our first times. It was like in 2010 or something. We started the show in 2008. And we had a meetup in World Showcase during Food and Wine on the preview day, the first, like the day before it actually started, but the booths were open. We had like 100 of us trying to get around World Showcase, and it was just like not happening. It was a mess. We were losing people.
But that's fun.
Yeah, it was always fun, but I'm like, where'd everybody go? We're losing people. So yeah, I know how it is. So
that's how we're gonna be. I'll probably make a sign or something saying keep coming this way, or
Yeah, you need like the pole with the flag on top, like the Brazilian tour groups use.
Like for running.
Yeah, totally. Oh, Beer Garden too. That's another one that Eric has. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Mike. Thank you so much for your time.
Well,
and we love the show. We listen to you all the time, and I got a notification that you got on my watch that you guys were going live. So I was like, oh, I have to get on. So
I appreciate you calling in.
You do and keeping Disney in our lives in between trips. And we so appreciate you and the crew.
Hey, I appreciate you taking the time to listen. That means a lot to me because I love doing the show, and it means a lot. So you guys have a good one out in New Jersey and keep listening. It means a lot. And have a great trip.
Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon.
We will. Thanks so much.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
All right, great call there. And our next call, they are rolling in. And Corwin of Amber, friend of the show. What's up, buddy?
Hey there, hi there, ho there.
What's going on? Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Yes. I'm thinking Star Cruiser because I got my reservation for mid-September.
You got one. Okay.
So I'm headed to the Star Cruiser September 14th. I wanted September 16th, but it was sold out. So I was able to snag one. Some friends and I who had been planning a trip for 2025, we were getting together a big group and, getting money all set aside and, doing all the planning. And then they said, your plans mean nothing.
Fast forward. We're doing it now.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're actually not going to do Disney beyond that. We're going to pop over and do Universal because we've never done several days at Universal. So
So you're gonna stay at a Universal hotel, like pre and post?
Yeah.
Which one
Well,
did you pick?
we're going to stay at Universal Hotel pre, and then we're just going to head to the airport after we disembark and fly home.
Nice. So where are you staying over at Universal?
Still working on that.
Cabana Bay. I mean, if you're looking to save a little money, because I mean, Star Cruiser's not cheap. Cabana Bay is awesome. I'm a huge fan of Cabana Bay. It is a cool place.
Yeah, the two I'm looking at are either Dockside or Cabana Bay.
Yeah.
So
Dockside is an amazingly low rate. Like, I mean, you can't argue with how like inexpensive those rooms are. But Cabana, I'm a Pop Century guy, and it's like Pop, but it's just a little bit better in every way. You know what I'm saying? It's like they had to have just looked at Pop and said, okay, we're gonna rip this off and we're gonna do it a little bit better. It's exactly what that, because it was newer. I mean, it's so cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
So those are the two things we're looking at. I had briefly thought about doing a split stay there, staying at one of the premieres.
Yeah.
Getting the free
Express pass.
And then I looked at it. Is it, it's going to be probably $50 to $60 more if we stay at one of the others and buy the express passes, but we don't have to change hotels.
That's true. Because you lose time, and that's the thing is I can never decide, like, do I like split stays? Because I love staying at different resorts, but I do not like the whole rigmarole of having to like load everything up. Even though Bell Services does it, you gotta, you're without your stuff, and there's always something I need.
We'd have to basically pack everything up and check out early in the morning. That first, for one day. And I just say, is that worth $50 or $60 to me to not do that?
Yeah, I hear you. I know. It's different if you're doing like a 10-day stay, right? You're gonna do it on day 5.
Right.
Yeah, big deal.
Right.
Yeah, right. Just go to the park, because you're there a long time. Let me ask you about Star Cruiser, because you're going. So you guys, then you're into the conventions and stuff. So you're going all in, like you're gonna like have a backstory. You're gonna wear the costumes and all that stuff.
We're going to, so the plan for 2025, the group I'm with, or the people I'm with, and most of who are going, are all high-level make costumes, really fancy costumes. And they were going to work on these costumes for over a year to go. And so these are probably just going to be things we throw together. I don't typically do much dressing up, but I will probably do something. And I actually, created a bunch of potential Star Wars-esque names to use.
Nice.
And so, I'll be, given that it's a role-playing immersive experience, which is what it was, there. I'm not big into that, but I will for 2 days I'll play along.
Here's what I was thinking too with that, is that I think too now, more than ever, that these cruises, especially like the ones the ones in September. Well, I think they're all going to be at this point because of the situation that they're in, because everybody had to book, and now they're all sold out at this point. That every one of these is going to be like amped up times, it's going to be like Spinal Tap. Like they're going to take it to 11 because you're only going to get, the hardcore at this point. So I think that's good for everybody, because I think that in a situation like this, if you think about it, the actors, or the people who are playing the roles in the Star Cruiser, they probably feed off the energy of the guests, and the guests are going to be wanting that energy, and so they're going to be feeding into it, and it's going to be like everybody's feeding into each other. And I think these are going to be some of the best experiences, especially as you get towards the end of September. I think it's just going to get, the more you get towards that finish line, I think the experiences are going to get better and better and better. I don't know if that's true, but that's how I think it's going to go.
It should be interesting. What I'm concerned with is as you get closer to the end of September, they start losing people who are actors and stuff who are, been there a while, but they're saying, I gotta look at my next gig.
That's true.
And so it's really going to be interesting to see if they start shedding people around that time period, not necessarily getting, say you're gone now, but people say, I found something else to do.
Unless they promise them another role within the company to keep them you know what I'm saying? Because that would keep them employed at the Star Cruiser through the end date and say, okay, once we close, then you're going to have this really nice gig over at the studios or, doing something else. Yeah.
So that's the whole play there, so that's going to be a balancing act in my mind. You mentioned the convention stuff I do. I actually started toying with the idea here today or yesterday. What might be in the future, although I don't know how I'm going to swing it, time off wise. But I was thinking, start planning to hold a small convention at the end of September next year at Disney World, or one of the good neighbor hotels at Disney World. That's specifically geared towards people who did the Star Cruiser and have a 1 year celebration / commiseration of the Star Cruiser tours, and what they liked and commiserate it's gone and stuff like that. I think that you could have a little small.
That's not a bad idea.
Event like that.
Yeah, a little reunion.
Event like that.
Yeah, Star Cruiser reunion. I like that idea. Yeah, I never thought about that. That's a good idea.
And I happen to know some people who have been I don't know if they've been performers at Disney, but they're performers in that area who know a lot of the Disney performers and know a lot of the Star Cruiser performers. So I had to have an in to seeing if I could bring a few of them into the event and such.
That's super interesting. That's got legs. Because the thing is the audience you would be attracting would be all. I mean, I would think 80% of them would be like, yes, let's do this. Because I mean, you're the crowd you're attracting go to conventions, right? And you'll be trying to put on a convention. It wouldn't be like people that don't go to these things.
Small. It would be small.
Well, yeah, because I mean, there's not a huge, I mean, the thing wasn't open that long. There wasn't a lot of people that experience this. Yeah.
Right. But it would be, I'm sure there would be people who didn't go who would want to come and, and be part of the event. But, in general, that would be who I'd be targeting. Anyway, so that's just a thought I'm having. It would be a problem as far as, figuring out how I made it work time-wise for me with everything else I'm doing.
No kidding. I know I could do so much cool stuff if I just had 29 hours in a day. That's.
Yes, indeed.
I could do more podcasts.
Going on. But I'm 31 days from Disneyland, so got that in the near future that I need to be focusing on. 31 days, just 31 days.
So give me a top 3 things you're looking forward to at Disneyland, because my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, like I said, just landed out there within a couple of hours. I'm super excited for that.
Yeah. Well, the top thing that I'm looking forward to isn't started yet for them, which is Rogers the Musical.
Yep. You're talking about that.
Yep, that's my top thing. Beyond that, all of Galaxy's Edge stuff, So, and actually, I have a problem with screen-based rides, and plus I'm old. And
you and me too. Both of us. Both things. I'm old and I can't do screen-based rides hardly.
Yeah, you're young. Anyway,
whatever.
But so I'm going to give anti-nausea patches a try here and see how those work for me this time. So I'm looking forward to getting on some of them that will make me a little queasy and see how the anti-nausea works out for me.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting. And then, I'm going to give, Star Tours a try or something like that,
Yeah.
And beyond that, it is just, so it's interesting because I'm more of an ambiance guy and my wife is more of a rides person. So I'm just looking forward to being there.
Yeah. That's a fine line when you got a couple like that, right? Because my wife doesn't really care. Like she could sit on a bench with me but I could ride her. We could both do either. But Disneyland is, I mean, I thought Walt Disney World was the best for like people watching and sitting around. No. Disneyland is the ambiance capital of the world, especially Disneyland Park. I just like, it's so awesome. Maybe it's because it's
That
just
was-
it's newer to me, so it's more like everything, with something's new, and I don't know. I loved it though. I could just sit there forever. I just felt like Walt was there.
I know.
History.
I know. We're doing the Disney 100 tour.
Nice.
So that'll be interesting to see how that is. It's the little 2-hour tour that they have going on, where they go through, important places over the last, 100 years of Disney at the parks.
You have to give us a review of that when you get back.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That should be funny. It's nice because it's only 2 hours, so it'll be boom and done. It wasn't that expensive, especially after you take the Disney Visa card discount. It was under $100 each.
That's not bad. That's good stuff.
That'll be fun.
We got a lot going on in the next 30 days. We're going on a cruise, and you're going to Disneyland, and man, we'll have a lot going. August, we'll have a lot to talk about.
Yep. Well, I'll let you know how the Disneyland. Oh, we're actually going, because of vloggers and stuff. We're actually going to make a side tour and do Knott's Berry Farm on Saturday. So.
I've seen that. Like, I mean, you can see it right there when you're driving to Disneyland, and I've obviously seen the coverage on social media. People posted from there, and that's an interesting little place. I've never obviously been there. I'm curious though.
I was there 27 years ago. I suspect it's changed.
It's probably, I'll say, but it looks like it has really. I know it sounds terrible because it sounds like all I do is eat, but I run all the time. But God, that place looks like it has good food too. Like, there's all kinds of good snacks at that place. I'd want to go there. It's kind of like Silver Dollar City. Silver Dollar City has great rides, but it has better food than the food at Silver Dollar City is amazing. If you ever make it down to Branson, oh my gosh, it's nuts. The best food ever. Like, I mean, snacky food, like cinnamon rolls and tater skins and stuff like that. Oh, so good.
Yeah, we'll sit down the week before and rewatch some of the videos and make a list of stuff we need to stuff ourselves with.
Yes. I mean, that's a shame of it, right? I mean, you only got one stomach, and you're only, you go to a place for like 3 days. It's like, oh well, I got to make sacrifices. I can't eat it all. You try, and you regret it. It's a sad thing. All right, buddy. Hey, I appreciate your call, and hope you have a great, rest of the weekend, and relax and enjoy yourself. And we'll catch up hopefully next week.
Sounds good.
All right, have a good one. Talk to you later, buddy. All right, bye-bye. All right, 407-413-9395. That's 407-413-9395. You want to give us a call and talk Disney? We would love to do that. And I will throw, which I had not done yet, but I just threw the the link if you want to join us live here in the video chat, and just hop in on the video chat that way. We can do that as well. And I want to give a shout out to Ashley, who is actually tuned into the show as she is on Royal Caribbean's Adventure of the Seas right now, out at sea, tuned into the show. That is pretty awesome. I can't wait to be on our cruise, the Be Our Guest podcast cruise, coming your way in about a month, just over a month, on the Disney Wish. Over 100 listeners sailing together. We're going to have such a good time. We've got the itinerary almost knocked out. We are excited for that. Oh, we're going to have so much fun. And just so you know, we have started our next event planning after the podcast cruise. It's in the early stages. We're having our first big meeting with kind of a committee that we're putting together. But this fall, we're going to have a meet down in Florida to raise money for Give Kids the World, where we can all get together. Scott, hopefully he'll join us. Pam, Ricky will be there. And it's going to be fun. So we are going to have a great cruise in July. We're going to be down in Florida this fall, raising money for our favorite charity, Give Kids the World, with a live show. And so lots going on here in the Be Our Guest podcast community, but it's all because you guys support everything we do. It is amazing. And we love being able to bring the show to you as many times as we do. A lot of shows go one time a week, and we get to come to you 4 times a week, 5 times a week, whatever it is, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then we're here live on Sundays. So it's a lot of fun. All right, give us a call, 407-413-9395. All right, while we're waiting for the next call to talk some Disney, here's what I thought I would do. I don't know if you guys use Google Photos to back up your photos. I do that because it's not very expensive. I pay the upgrade. You can do it for free, but I pay the upgrade so that it gives me the full quality of my pictures. And so I went through there and I was just thinking about, I didn't know what we were going to talk about because there's not a lot of news this week. The big news is that the 2024 packages get released on Wednesday. So I'm kind of waiting for that. I have about 70 quotes waiting in the wings. So I'll be super busy once Wednesday gets here. I wish I could get started now. It's one of those things like, okay, let's go. And I got to wait until, everything backs up till Wednesday, but I'll get those going as quick as I can. But I have this folder that is just labeled in my Google Photos. It's labeled memories. I think it's like good memories. What did I label? I can't remember. But here, I'm going to share it on the screen. And a lot of these things you cannot do anymore at Walt Disney World. And I'm going to see if any of these things kind of trigger anything for you. I want you to call in, because if you haven't called in, give me a call, because we still have a few minutes left in the show. We actually have about 30 minutes. And I love talking with you. Use the live chat link in the live chat. Just click on that button. You'll get your video feed right there, and you can come right in. We'll talk just like you're Scott or Ricky or Pam on the live chat. But I have stories behind some of these photos. And I know that, like, if you're listening to the audio, you're like, great, Mike's going to show pictures, and I'm listening to an audio podcast while I'm running on the treadmill. Trust me, this can work, because I listen to other podcasts that do this. So I'm going to hit this right here so I can put the old picture up here. And I want to tell you about this picture right here that I'm showing on the screen. Now, this picture that I'm showing on the screen here, for those people that are watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch, it's from Marathon Weekend, and it's from, I don't even know, years ago, probably about 5 years ago, looking at it. And this one is myself and Eileen Lawrence, who's one of our Be Our Guest podcast listeners. She lives up in Buffalo. Her and her husband, and so we are neck and neck, like shoulder to shoulder, coming across the finish line at Marathon Weekend. I mean, we are racing. And what happened was, this is no lie. I think we're doing the dopey. It was the 10K, because I was doing the dopey challenge, because I could see in the bib. Eileen has a 10K bib on. We're coming down like around the corner for the 10K. Now I'm doing the dopey, so I'm trying to save my legs, right? This is the second race I have to do 4. So I'm just kind of chilling, but I'm super competitive. And this is why I love that pictures have a story. It's still dark, so we're trying to get into the finish line, but I love Eileen. She's one of my favorites. Dave and Eileen are always and have always been out there. They're the number one cheerleaders for anybody that is running in the Lizards. They're golden. They have the best hearts. I love these people. They make me so happy. Like when I first started running, they always told me I could. They always cheered me on. They made me feel better. They believed in me when I knew I could not do it, but they told me I could, and I believed them. It was unbelievable. But here's the thing. Eileen comes around the corner and blows by me. And I'm like, I am not losing to Eileen. We are not. So we are racing. Okay. So I'm like, and the chute, if you've never run a Run Disney race, so the chute is like that last little stretch where you can see the finish line, and the crowd's on your left, and on the right are the announcers, but it's longer than you think. I would say the chute's probably 200 yards long. It's probably about the length of about 2 football fields. If you ever see a picture, it doesn't look that long, but when you're running a race, it's long. And plus it's the end of the race, right? So it's the end of a 10K. So it's like the last 200 yards of 6.1 miles. And so here we are. I'm like, I'm giving it all I got. And Eileen is just pulling away, but I'm trying to catch her. And this is the greatest picture, because we got to the finish line, and I am not lying. We are trading paint. We are like two NASCARs. It's a miracle one of us didn't trip each other, and both of us end up at Celebration Hospital getting stitches, because she must be, I didn't know this about Eileen, but she must be as competitive as I am, because this picture, we're both smiling. Well, I'm smiling. Eileen has a look on her face like, I am not letting that sucker in. We have elbows, like we both have our arms, one arm up like in celebration that we got to the finish line, but the other elbow is trying to block the other person out. We are both trying to kind of wipe each other out. But this is like a picture that I love because this is friendship. This is like a race. I've done a lot of these Run Disney races, and this was like unexpected. It was a dear friend that out of the 10,000 runners that ran that race, she came around the corner. And I was like, I am not going to lose that lead. And we were giving it everything we had. And we ended up with this wonderful picture, interlocked arms, because we didn't want to lose to each other. Every time I see this picture, it just makes me smile because we are battling it out. So let's see if I can find some other pictures here. Let me go back. The one I just showed was Jackie Joyner Kersey. I got to meet at a media event, and she's from St. Louis. So that was pretty awesome because she's an awesome athlete. Let's see here. I'm trying to find one. Let's see this guy. I'm trying to find ones there. Here's another one there's another one real quick of us, and she's got the lead there. But I'm trying to catch her. Dave took that one from the side. You can tell, man, we are good. It's all blurry. It's just you're watching this, man. We were going at it. I'm not that fast, but it makes me kind of look fast. That's why I like it. Here's another picture that I want to tell the story. And these aren't all going to be running pictures, but I have a few running pictures in here. And I think this one is from my second Dopey challenge. And this is not a picture of me. This is a picture of just a lizard. And it's at the TTC on Marathon Sunday. And it was one that one of our lizards shared. And all it is it's one of our lizards reaching over the barricade at the TTC, getting a super big hug from his loved one there, from his wife or significant other, and just the embrace there. Because somebody got up super early that morning to cheer on her husband. I can't tell. I don't know. But the loved one was there in support, and the runner is reaching across the barricade, getting that love from their loved one. And it just, you can tell it means so much to both people. And that is what, I mean, you don't know what that means to the runner. To the runner, that's everything. But to see that, like when I see stuff like that on the course, that carries me because that is so emotional. And that's one of my favorite pictures, just seeing the love there. And then here we are, we're going past there, getting some love from Debbie Stevens, Scott and I back in the day. God, it's a long time ago. We look young. It was probably 2018 or something. Oh my gosh, I look young there. So let me find, here's another one. So yeah, that was a long time ago. But then just seeing, random signs, marathoner you will be today. Oh man, like when you see signs like that, it just chokes you up. That's let's see. So let me see if I can find some other pictures. Here's another fun picture. And we got a call. Good. That's what I was trying to get a call. Okay, good. Because I just want to show pictures. All right, we have our next caller. Hey, who's joining us?
Hey, Mike, it's Julie in Scotland.
Hey, thanks for bailing me out, Julie. How you doing over there tonight or morning or whatever time it is?
Night/morning. It's heading for 1 a.m. It's heading for 1 a.m. here.
Oh man, sorry to keep you up late, but how are you doing? So good to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm so good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful because we're off. I work every day, but the girls are off tomorrow for a holiday, so can't complain.
Nice. I was calling because your pictures with memories made me think of a very specific photo that I have. So I thought I'd call and tell you about it.
Yeah, tell me about it. I love hearing that stuff.
Okay, so it's a very bittersweet photo. It's a picture of my husband and our kids. We had been in Epcot for the day. Then we went to Beaches and Cream for dinner. And we got the boat back to Epcot to get the Skyliner back to Art of Animation. That's where we were staying. So we have a really sweet picture of all the boys together on the boat. And just on the right-hand side of the picture, on the bench next to them, is, you get the little souvenir Skyliner gondolas with the characters on them.
Yes.
We bought that earlier in the day. My eldest son really, really wanted this gondola. I think it's a Haunted Mansion one. And it's sitting on the bench next to them in the picture. And that is where it remained after we got off the boat. We forgot it. We left it behind.
Oh, no.
Which obviously caused huge tantrums and tears and all sorts. So I took the kids, it was really late, so I took the kids back on the Skyliner to Art of Animation, and my husband ran from the International Gateway all the way back to the big store. I can't remember, is it Connections or whatever the name of the big store is, to try and get a replacement gondola.
Yeah.
The kids fell asleep on the Skyliner, so I had to carry both of them back into the hotel room. And yeah, my husband arrived back very sweaty to 2 crying children, but he was the hero because he managed to get a replacement toy gondola. So it had a happy ending, but every time I look at that picture, it just reminds me of the heartache and sweat and tears that we had that night.
But see, I think that's why I love having pictures like hanging on the wall or sitting on your desk or what have you, even if it's a snapshot, right? Because it's more than the picture. It's the trip, but it's that moment in time. It's exactly what you just said. It's the sweat, it's the tears, it's the panic that went behind the whole story, right? The story that you just told. Yeah. It's that experience. Yeah, I love that stuff. I'm very much a nostalgic kind of person, and I love like snapshots everywhere. That's the shame of digital photography, right? Is that it's these pictures so many times. I have 50,000 pictures, but I never take the time to look at them, hardly ever. And, if I ever print them out, put them on my desk, I love that stuff. It's so good. And that's why I try to look at those memories that come up.
Yeah, exactly that. I think that's why the likes of Google Images, or even just on your iPhone, the memories that your phone throws up for you every day are so cool, because otherwise you don't look at them and you don't remember these things that otherwise you probably wouldn't even remember. They would just disappear from your brain altogether. But yeah, I love when something really random pops up that just makes you remember something that you haven't thought about for years. And Disney's a really good trigger for that kind of stuff. And
what you notice too with that is like how quickly things change at a place like Walt Disney World. And I'm looking at it like, God, we've gone through, so many fireworks. Because I haven't been, we've been doing the podcast for 15 years. I've been going to Walt Disney World probably for 25 at this point. But there's so many things that are gone, that have come and gone, fireworks shows, attractions, restaurants, Disney Springs used to be downtown Disney. That whole concept, it's wild when you think, Magical Express, all these things, like I see even in Mallory's lifetime, she's only 15. Like I see all these things we used to do, and it's like, God, those are ancient history. It's crazy.
Same. I have pictures of my 2 boys who are only 10 and 7, with illuminations going on in the background. Now they don't even remember illuminations anymore, and that was only 4 years ago that we last saw it.
It's wild, but I think, it's good to see that, because we all kind of have our own personal connections to Disney history that way, right? Because I was actually looking at another photo album earlier today, and we did a meetup at Walt Disney World for the last night of Illuminations, and I was there with Dr. Kai, one of our listeners, who's a good friend of mine, and it's one of those things, like I was there and I have pictures, and so I can see tribute videos that people put together very professionally that give me all the angles and the perfect audio, the perfect video of Illuminations at last night. But to me, like seeing my kind of blurry pictures of Illuminations from Japan where we watched it that night, but also my snapshots of myself and Dr. Kai and some of my other friends that night that watched it with me, those are my memories. That's what I'll remember forever, because I love that show, but I love it because that's with the people I love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So you're getting ready to come on over to the States here shortly. So what are you guys getting excited for? You'll be over here for a while.
Lots of stuff. We are doing some dining that we haven't done before, so I'm looking forward to that. We're going to 50s prime time. We've never been to 50s before, so I'm looking forward to that. We're going to Ohana for breakfast. We've never been for breakfast, only dinner. And my kids love Stitch, so I'm looking forward to that. Going to try Rodeo Roundup barbecue, which we haven't done. That's new since we last visited.
You know what? A couple things there. First of all, Ohana's breakfast, the food is so good. The food is great. The characters are awesome, but the food's great. And I just heard, and this kind of breaks my heart, but God, this is so sad, but this is the state of America. I'm sorry, you're coming over from Scotland, but apparently they don't have the big pencils anymore because people were stealing them. Here's my question.
I heard
How
that.
do you steal?
I heard
How do you
that, I
steal
know.
those things? They were like, you can't put that thing in your purse. It's like the things were like 3 feet long. Like, I mean, it's not like it's a golf pencil. How do you steal those things? That was my question when I saw it. I'm like,
Yeah.
people, what do you stick it down your pants? I mean, the thing is, it's huge.
That mother's insight, that's got to be people with strollers, I bet.
I was so mad because I want to go there and use a big pencil. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, that makes it sound as if I steal things in my stroller. I don't.
I've just heard.
I'm going to go to immigration now to get into the USA, and I'm going to get turned away at the border.
Don't bring a stroller. Oh man, that's too funny.
Okay.
Oh, that's a riot.
Mike, I'll let you loose and let some more people call in before the end of the show. But it was so nice to talk to you.
Oh, hey, we're gonna meet up when we're down there in July, so I can't wait to meet
Yes.
you in person, and it'll be an honor. I can't wait.
Yes, let's do it. Okay.
All right, safe travels
take care.
over if I don't talk to you, but hopefully we'll catch you before you guys make your way over to the States.
Absolutely.
All right,
Awesome. Okay.
take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
All righty. Well, you know what? We're going to call it a show right there. What a fun show it has been. And I found a great picture there from the opening of the Regal Eagle at Epcot. And it's a salute to all cook-offs, but mostly barbecue. Here as we celebrate Memorial Day weekend and the start of summer 2023. But we do also want to remember to pause and think about all those folks who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our country so that we can have such a great country, that we get to do things like this, travel to places like Walt Disney World, spend time with in a free country where we can have all these liberties and get to do all these awesome things with our friends and families. So thank you to our Gold Star families. Thank you again. I know Veterans Day is for those who have served, but I always want to think about the families who do serve because you're the best among us. We appreciate you. And I always want to say that. And thank you to those who have served, and especially those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our country. All right. So let's see here. We had a question in let's see here. Yeah. I don't think Ricky could stick one of those pencils in her purse. It'd have to be a pretty big purse. I mean, am I the only person that thought that when that story broke about the pencils going away at Roundup Barbecue, that they stopped having them because they were getting stolen? I mean, the things are gigantic. It's like, it would be like stealing a fishing rod. Like, I mean, I get that some people steal, which I don't understand why that is. Why do you steal? It doesn't belong to you. But then I'm thinking about, how do you steal something that like that? They're big, they're huge. And I mean, are you not going to go to jail if you get caught? I mean, the chance of getting caught with a big old pencil. Okay, there. Tom says they should charge $50 for the pencil. People would stop swiping them. You're right. They should probably just sell them. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't understand the world. I just don't. Sometimes I just feel like I'm from a different planet, especially with stuff like people stealing the big pencils. Why can't we just use them like they're supposed to be and just leave them on the table? For real. I mean, why? But that's a question for another day. All right, so this week we're going to have great shows Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Scott's going to be joining me this week, so it's going to be a lot of fun. He's going to be helping me answer the listener questions, and we're going to do a draft on Friday, so stay tuned for that so you can play along with us. We're going to have a good time there. Yeah, Julie says they should have that little chain like back in the bank. Only people of a certain age will remember that. Yeah, when I used to go with my parents over to the savings and loan, you'd fill out your deposit slip and it'd have a little chain. Yeah, some people don't even know what that is. But yeah, they should do that. That'd be awesome. All right. So don't forget, our show is always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney trip. Just swing by the website this week over at themagicforless.com. Remember, the 2024 packages are releasing on Wednesday. And if you're listening to this on the feed, they are out at this point. So just go by themagicforless.com, fill out the free no obligation quote form. If you mention the Be Our Guest podcast, that quote comes directly to me and we'll be working together. And I'd love to work with you as a listener of the show. So again, check them out today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's really the easiest way to support the podcast. Anytime you go shopping on Amazon, just start by clicking in beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Takes you right back to the Amazon page, and we get a little affiliate commission for your purchases there. It's not much, but it all adds up and it really does help us out. So please bookmark it and use it as often as you can. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And finally, a huge thank you to the patrons of the Be Our Guest Podcast. You allow us to make this show the best it can be. We have a lot of shows. We have almost 2,300 podcasts we have to store so you can listen to them anytime you like. We have a huge audience. So when we stream out to Twitch and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, it takes a lot of bandwidth. You guys make that happen. So we can do this not just once a week. No, we do this many times a week, 4 times a week. So thanks for your support. And our patrons get a bonus show as a thank you every week. It's called Mike in the Midwest. So come on over and join us. We'd love to have you. Patreon.com/Be Our Guest Podcast. Give me a follow on the social media. I'm at Be Our Guest Mike. Would love to talk to you this week on Twitter and Instagram. So give me a follow over there. And we'll do this again next Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And Scott will be joining me and we're taking your calls. And we had a good time tonight, man. This was a lot of fun. So thanks for being a part of it. So until we talk again next weekend, you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. All righty. Thanks, everybody. And let's see. Someone had a question about the cruise. I've cruise booked on the Wish in December. So if you have a cruise that was booked in the last 30 days, Mike, it has to be booked in the last 30 days. Send me an email and I'll send you the transfer form and we can do that. You would get half the shipboard credit for a transfer. It wouldn't be the full shipboard credit, but it'd still be better than nothing. It's free money and it doesn't cost you anything. So it wouldn't be the full shipboard credit for a transfer, it'd be half, but still, it's like I said, it's free money. And then for a new booking next time, it'd be full credit. Peg like Pete. Yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. People stealing stuff. Nicole, thank you. That means a ton, and that you're listening down in Australia. It's amazing. I just love it. I mean, we got folks listening in Canada, in United, all over the States, Scotland, Australia. I am so lucky to get to do what I do. This is the best. So you guys have a great Sunday night, Monday. I don't know wherever you guys are. It's so amazing. We're everywhere, but you guys take care of each other. And I'll talk to you. We're going to do the shows tomorrow. It might be a little later tomorrow night because it's a holiday here in the States and it's going to be Scott and I, and he's got to take Marlessa back to the airport, but we're going to do it after that. So Scott and I'll have 2 shows tomorrow sometime later. So join us. We're going to have fun. All right. Have a good night, guys. See you later.